The newly minted chief selector Ajit Agarkar will travel to Port of Spain to meet head coach Rahul Dravid and captain Rohit Sharma and discuss the plan for the upcoming ODI World Cup, which is set to begin in Ahmedabad on the 5th of October. Agarkar was made the chairman of selectors earlier this month and is yet to meet the team management. This meeting becomes even more significant because of not just the World Cup planning, but also for a team in transition. It'll be important to discuss the future of some of the big names in the team. Agarkar and the team management will likely discuss the plans they have for this team for a smooth transition process. They will also talk about Jasprit Bumrah and his availability for the Island series, which starts right after the West Indies tour. Bumrah has been doing his rehab at NCA and reportedly has recovered from his surgery. He's bowling in the nets, but NCA now wants players who are recuperating at the academy to play domestic cricket before getting back to the international setup. So will Bumrah play 50 overs due the trophy? That's another question. These are all questions that will be discussed. Then the biggest question of it all, is it the end of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in the shortest format? It's likely that Agarkar will be the bearer of this news for them. They will need, he'll in fact talk to them and tell them that they need to concentrate on tests and ODIs. Let the youngsters play T20Is. The other thing, and I think it's important, is the issue of KL Rahul and Shreyas Iyer's fitness and hence their availability for Asia Cup. If they're not playing the Asia Cup, then should they directly get into the side for the World Cup, or should someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal or Ruturaj Gaikwad be playing the Asia Cup instead of Asian Games? So a lot of questions. Let me put them directly to our experts here. Chetan, what do you think? Number one, this is not going to be an easy task. I mean, but I'm sure Ajit Agarkar knew that when he took this job, but this is difficult. There are two of these players who he will have to break this news to, saying, you know what, you're not in our future plans. And both of them are the top two run scorers in T20Is. One is the great Virat Kohli, the other is the current captain of Tests and ODIs, Rohit Sharma.
Well, thanks, Meha, for having me. Look, this was always going to be the brief of the incoming chief of selector, and we've seen in the past the best chief of selectors have been made to give tough news. Been made to give tough news to the cricketers. Whether it was Sandeep Patil who gave the news to Sachin Tendulkar, or in the past with MS Dhoni, etc. as well. So, I mean, look, this was always the brief for the incoming chief of selector, whoever it might have been. So, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma not part of the 20 plans. That was always on the cards. But I think the major point of contention right now is the ODI World Cup. If he's just starting to talk to the team management right now, has the West Indies ODIs team not been picked? Considering the ODI World Cup, that is a big question mark for me. So I think the meeting is long overdue, but I'm a little surprised that it didn't happen before the team for the West Indies ODIs was picked.
Right, Vedam, your thoughts on it? The fact that Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma will be told finally that they're not part of this the shortest format. And I think what's also important is that the way ahead, this transition process has to be smooth. We've been speaking about this on our shows. But just the fact that, this is the first time that he'll be meeting the team management, what are you expecting out of this meeting?
Hi, Meha. I think if they really wanted to have any discussion, you don't need to fly all the way halfway across the world to the West Indies to have a discussion. Today's communication methods are so good and so outstanding. They could have done it quite some time back. I have no idea why he really is flying there. But, transition that we talk of, we are talking, we like the transition to take place. But I don't think Indian cricket is too serious about transition. Because if they were, they would have been doing it from the last 1.5 years, grooming a captain, grooming a wicketkeeper, grooming some openers. They haven't really done that. Most of these things are ad hoc and, on the fly. They've been doing things on the fly. So I'm not so sure that, we are attaching a lot of deep thought and deep meaning to some of the ordinary things that the selectors and the board are doing. I would like to believe that we have an idea, that we have a plan, that there's a blueprint, 5-year plan, 3-year plan, but I don't think it's happening at all. Whether it's with the India A team, under 19 team, or with the Indian team, I think there are a lot of pressures. The pressures will come. Obviously, it will come from the units, because each of the units has a vote. The pressure will come from the units. The pressure will come from the sponsors. The pressure will come from the agents. The pressure will come from the franchises, from various other places. And I am not so sure that the board is really into it, as long as the mullahs are rolling in and they get some good, decent results every once in a while. Yes, no player will quit willingly. At least the Indian players, it's a big contrast. A lot of West Indies players don't want to play for the West Indies. They'd rather play IPL cricket or some franchise cricket. But here we have another side where the players really want to play, not just because they stay in the limelight for longer, but for a whole lot of economical reasons and a whole lot of other reasons. So no player will say, "Yeah, I've had enough. Thank you. Let me go." It rarely happens. Very rarely. Maybe Sunil Gavaskar was an exception, but I can't think of a second or a third name there. So they'll have to be pushed out. We also saw a whole lot how Saurav Ganguly himself didn't go very peacefully. He kicked up a shindy, sent a long head fellows after him. And the whole lot of controversies, whether it was VVS Lakshman, who didn't even have Dhoni over to his house for dinner. He called the rest of the team. So we know that, these the players don't willingly go. They have to be pushed out. And when are they going to be pushed out? How are they going to be pushed out? That's the question. Maybe there was some sort of an idea or a plan some time back, but the last 2 years or 3 years, the way things have gone, I'm not too confident.